Very warm welcome to all the viewers to the brand new episode of Code with Arun. So, hope you are all doing very good. So, today we will learn about the variables in Python. Okay, we will be learning about the Python commands, variables, variable naming, assigning the variable, how to create a variable, and do we can assign multiple values into one variable or not, how to output how to get the output of the variable, and what is a global variable. First of all, whenever we are working in a live projects or in with the collaboration with our friends, we are doing a job. At that particular time, it is mandatory that we should be entering some commands wherein the others will not remove those commands, those particular codes which we are written over there. So for that, what we can do is we can add the comment on the particular code itself, because that code will be running but the command will not be running. Only the codes will get executed and the commands will get ignored by the Python. Okay, so first of all, we will be using this hash symbol for Python commanding. Command can be used to explain the code. Command can be used to make the code more readable, why the code has been written on that particular stage and what type of data types which is taking, what type of the data type which is required from the user, so that those things is we can write over there and that will not get executed while running the code. Command can be used to prevent execution when the testing code. Okay, so how we can create a command is, command starts with an hash symbol and Python will ignore us now. So whenever you are starting or whenever you want the command to be run, command has to be put over there, then you can use the hash key, same like this hash key you can use, so that it will not get executed. For an example, if I'm saying there, command starts with a hash and Python will ignore them. Okay, after the print command which has been written over here, so here this print, and I have given the parenthesis. In that parenthesis, I have given the inverted commas. In inverted commas, I have given the hello world. This is the format of printing, getting the output. Okay, printing the hello world in Python. So that whatever the commands which has been written over here, that will not get executed while I'm running this particular code. So for an example, if I'm running this particular code by clicking here, then you can see the hello world has been printed and the rest of the commands has been ignored by the Python itself. Commands like we need to print or we need to give a lot of commands, then what we will be adding, because we had a lot of multi-line commands which is required. So we can use like this. This is a multi-line command. This way also we can write. Right? Otherwise, what is the next step? Okay, so for multi-line commands, this way also we can write. Clear? And or not a quick instant, then you can use a multi-line string. Since Python will ignore the strings, literals that are not assigned to a variable, you can add a multi-line string with a triple quote or a single quote and place your commands inside it. Okay, how it can be done is like this. Here I have given three double quotes, and I have written, this is a command written in more than just one line, and then I have given a print hello world. So let's see what happens when I when I run this. What happens is the hello world only that it got printed, and the rest of the codes, rest of the lines, the commands which has been written over here has been ignored by the Python itself. So you can give a single quote also, or a double quotes. For an example, if I'm saying, I'll copy the same thing, give here quotes, single quotes has been given, and then I print hello world, and the hello world only gets printed. So this is much more about explaining one code. Whenever you are writing a code, then you can give this particular commands over there, so that the other person working on that particular code can get to know why this code has been written, and he can also do an experiment on that particular code based on your commands. Okay, so next we will be looking into the Python variable. What is a variable? Variable are containers of storing data values, that are containers which contains values. Okay, creating a variable in Python has no command for declaring a variable. Variable is created at the moment first you run or assign a valuable value to it. Whenever you are assigning a value, at the same time, same moment, the variable is being created. You don't have to identically say that particular variable what it is, what type of a data it is. That is not required in Python. And we can also do a casting on that particular thing. We can initially see is that this is a string, integer, or a floating value. Okay, so for that you have to write like this. If in case I'm just assigning over here, you can see uh, here I have seen given an x, and then I have stated it is a string. For casting the string, this is the method. You have to enter str and give it a 3 or anything whichever you want to write over there. You can give it, and give, if you're assigning or casting that as a string, then it will be a string only. Python will identify that it that has a string, and you whenever you are taking a output of this particular thing will be in a string. Okay, same like that integer we can put as int, and integer will be assigned. And floating is not a decimal point, it does have a decimal point whenever you are assigning a float. That will be 3.0. Okay, so how we can find, even case we are giving this particular castings to the particular variable, how we can know that that variable is string, integer, or a float? For that we do have a function called a type function. We can use a type function to get the variable, what is the variable type is, what the variable type is, we can able to find out by using a type function. So what we will be writing is print type x and print type y. Here I have given x as 5, y as John. So it should be integer, and this one y should be string. Let's comment out this to get to know your, and then I'm just running it. So here the x is x and y. I have printing here x and y. So x is integer and y is a string. It is reflecting, it is just finding out that it is the same thing. All right, so this is how we used to cast the variables. Okay, string variables can be declared either by using a single or a double quotes. Previously I've said that while commenting also you can use a single or a double quotes. Here also the string can be declared in a single or a double quotes. Here is an example, x is equal to John, that have been given like double quotes, and x I have given another value of John. Okay, what happens to here is, if I give here a print x, and I'm giving print x John, both John has been printed out. right? Okay. So when I give an x value over here, this John, so this x value will gets overridden on this particular x. I'll clear it out in the coming section. Okay. Whenever you are assigning a variable, that variable is like variable is a case sensitive. A is equal to 4 and A is equal to Sally have been given. Okay. A will not get overridden with A, right, this particular time. So when, if in case I'm adding print A and print capital letter A. So A and A are been storing in a different location of the memory in Python, and it is routing to these values. Okay. If in case if I'm giving an A4, it has been given A is equal to 4. This is the is equal to sign is mainly means as assigning operators. These are assigning operators which we will be using in Python. Okay. So here what I have did is I have given a value of 4, integer value of big letter, and then means capital letter A. I have given a string Sally. So in this case, this A will not get overridden with the small letter A. Okay. And there are some other rules whenever you are assigning a variable. There is some certain rules are there. Rule number one is you will not be able to start the or use a keyword. So you might be wondering what is a keyword in Python. And keyword in Python is actually there are some functions or keywords has been already been predefined in Python. Those keywords are not to be used. Those are you mainly used in functions like this. If I say that print, okay, print is always in the small letter. If you write print in P as a capital letter, and it won't work. If you can see that the color of the print over here has been changed into green, but here when I type P as a capital letter, at that particular time these it has not been changed, so it will give you a name error, print is not defined. Okay, so it must be careful whenever you are using a print function. It needs to be in lowercase. Okay. Declaring the variable, you must be starting the variable in alphabets. It should be a capital A to Z or small case A to Z, and followed by a number 1 to 0 or 0 to 9. 0 to 9. Okay. The legal names which is possible in Python is like this: my war, my underscore war. My underscore what is actually whenever you want to add to or a lengthy name for that particular variable, or you can start your variable from an underscore, where in this one you can see underscore my underscore war is equal to John. Okay, so these are the which you can use, and the illegal means you won't be able to use a number starting with alphabets, or otherwise if you're giving a dash in between the two names or giving a space over there. Okay, so these are not been approved by the Python, so that it will give you some errors, the name errors will. Keep in mind you should be starting the alphabets, starting the variable as an alphabet followed with any numbers, or you can start with an underscore, or you can add two long names in by joining that in the underscores. Okay, multi-word variable names, how we can use it, that is called camel case each words, except the first word starts with a capital letter. First word is not being capitalized and the rest of the words will get capitalized, that is camel case. Another one is Pascal case. Each word start with a capital letter. Whatever the name of that particular variable, each word starts with a capital letter. You can see my variable name which has been written over here. I have put M as capital, V as capital and N as capital. So the name starts with that will be in a capital letter. Okay. And the snake case, which I have already told you, by adding two names or a long name should be joined by an underscore. So that is called as snake case and Python. Okay. Hope you have understood till now. And assigning a multiple values. How you can assign a multiple values to a variable. For that we can given here I have declared an A as a variable and given orange, pineapple and apple. So here I am assigning one variable, three values in it. So when I print it A, then it will give you orange, pineapple and apple. Another way of assigning a multiple values in multiple variables is A is equal to B is equal to Y, and I have given orange, pineapple, apple. So if I print out here, it's giving the same. Here what I have seen is I have given X, Y, Z and given the orange, banana, cherry, and I have just printing those values X, Y and Z. So it is giving X as orange, Y as banana and Z as cherry. And assigning the same value to a multiple variables in one line is X is equal to Y is equal to Z. So that's what I have given here also. X is A is equal to B is equal to Y, wherein if I'm printing it, those variables has got to the all of the variables has been assigned to this values has been assigned to these variables. So here is also the same thing, X, Y and Z is equal to orange and X, Y, Z has been printed. So you can see orange, orange, orange has been printed over here. Okay. So if you have a collection of a value in a list and tuple and etc., and Python allows you to extract the values into variables. This is called unpacking. So here I have declared fruits and open a list, open a square bracket and added apple, banana and cherry. And I have added another variables X, Y and Z is equal to fruits. This particular list I am appending to X, Y, Z. Then I am printing the X, Y and Z. So just think about this and what will be the answer of X, Y and Z. So it maybe it is gonna print apple, banana and cherry as X. Y is also apple, banana, cherry and Z is also apple, banana and cherry. Run it and see. So here what happens is X has been assigned to apple, Y has been assigned to banana and Z has been assigned to cherry. Okay. So this is what happens. If in case if you have stated that X is equal to Y is equal to Z is equal to fruits, then it might be printing like apple, banana, cherry in one line as X, the same apple, banana, cherry as Y, apple, banana, cherry as Z. How you assign the variables, multiple values to a list or a tuple and to a variable also. You come to know this. Okay. So how we gets the output of the variables. So we can use the print function, that is an inbuilt function which will be giving you an output of that particular variable. Whatever the value has been assigned on that particular container, that will be triggered out and that will get output will be printed out. So here I have stated A, B and Y. So I will just Where is x and z? Z I have got study. A and B, where I have given A and B. Here I have given A and B. This is there you can see that A is equal to B is equal to Y. So that's why this has been orange pineapple and apple has been printing over there. Got it? So the next one is global variables. What is global variable? So this is a variable which has been assigned and it can be collected or we can take that particular global variable in any point of time. Okay. So I have created an x variable and created awesome, and I have created a function over here. Whenever you start a function, you have to put def. You can see this particular thing is reflecting as green. This is the function name. This is what my function name is, and this is my parameter. My parameter wherein the function is going to run. So def my function print Python is plus, this is an operator function which I'm using to concatenate this particular awesome over here. So when I'm calling this function, I'm calling this particular my function over here. What will be the print output? This is printing out Python is, the plus sign has been joined this particular awesome over here. So print, this is printing as Python is awesome. So simple, right? Okay. So if in case we are creating an global variable inside a function, we are printing, we are having another one. So what will be that? So here I have added x is awesome, x is equal to awesome, and I have added a function x is equal to fantastic. It's the same variable name which has been given both of the places. Okay, so I have given print Python is plus x. Okay, and I have called my function over here, this my function over here, and another one I have adding this print Python is plus x. So here what happens is, here I have added a global variable x as awesome, another x is inside a function. Okay, so when I'm calling this function, the x will get printed out, and when I'm calling print Python is plus x, this will concatenate the awesome. Let's see the output of this. So you can see that first I have called my function. So my function, inside that function there was an x which is declared, and a print function of Python is plus that x, and x is actually the fantastic which has been inside the function. Okay, so that's why this output is giving me Python is fantastic. Another function which has been written here, print Python is plus x. I'm concatenating the, I'm just calling out the outer x. So that's why it has given the awesome. Print has been given Python is awesome. Okay. So if you use a global keyword, variable belongs to the global scope. This is actually whenever you are doing function has been declared and you are giving a global variable, and then you are giving a global variable a particular value, and then you are calling that. So what will be the output of that? We'll just check. Here you can see I have added def my function global variable as x is equal to fantastic. Here I'm calling this function, so it should be in printing out this fantastic. What will be printing out for this? Let's see. Python is fantastic. Anything which has been printed over here, because there is no another x which is declared over here. So that's why the function has already been given. That's one. Here the print function is not there. That's why that was not being printed out. Cool. And also you can do some other functions like other things, as like if in case if you're using your Python for your expense calculator, you can use like print exclamation marks expense calculator. Okay, so what all things is for shopping. I have done around 12,000. Okay, and for groceries I have spent 10,000. Okay, we'll be traveling, so we will be using our petrol. I'll be spending around 3,000. Okay, so total is equal to shopping plus groceries plus petrol. Okay, so here what I have did is I have assigned shopping as a variable and given an integer value what was the amount of the spent. Okay, and then I have given groceries, petrol, also I have given the values over there. So the total will be concatenating these particular shopping, groceries, petrols. Okay, then I will be printing my expense items are shopping. Just copy this, groceries, roll. Okay, I've added this. Okay, so I'm just printing my total. I'm just calling here this thing. So here I will be getting the answer of this particular, means sum of these expenses I'm just printing out. Okay, and I click enter. Expense calculator, the print function which has been given over here, so that's why the printing expense calculator, and expense items are shopping, groceries and petrol, which has been done, and the total of that particular expense is the sum of these particular three items is 25,000. It's 25,000. So this how you can use it as expense calculator also. So I hope you have enjoyed this particular section. Thank you for your time and hope you all learned something today. Keep learning. Have a great day, and we will be coming up with another episode for a data types. Thank you so much, and if you have not been subscribed yet, please do subscribe, like, share and comment. Thank you so much.